Today we are going to take a look at the Banner Saga. This did come out in 2014. I have never played through the game. I do have all three, so I figured I would go ahead and give it a chance and see how we like it on the channel. If you guys do like this type of content, please hit the like, subscribe, join the channel. Let's go ahead and jump in and see what this is all about. So the game changes based on the choices we make. You will occasionally switch between something. The gods are dead. In the wake, man and giant survive through a tenuous alliance driving black destroyers called Dredge deep into the northern waste. Now is an era. It's a oh, now is an era of growth and trade. That was funny.
Að sjá dreggjana á ferli neðanbor. It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val-human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital. Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds. We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
Komið í höfnina miklu! Skist ég leyfa oss að syngja?
It says you've arrived just in time. The chieftain and Red and his men are now looking at tougher fight than they bargained for. Drag around the screen to see your surrounding and click the check. Okay. Okay, here we go. These portraits show the order of initiative. Taking turns from left to right, your allies are blue and the enemy is red. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and chop these boys up. Movement happens before action. This ring shows your shield banger is active. The blue tiles around him show where he can move. Some characters fill more tiles than others. The Horn allies are a race of giants called Varl, who take up 4 tiles each, while humans fill a single tile. This can be a huge impact on your strategy. Click the tile you want to move to. Yep, let's go there. Target an enemy, click the tile on which they stand. You can choose either to attack the enemy's strength or break his armor. We will be breaking his armor. Strength counts as both health and damage. A loss of 2 strength means you'll now do 2 less damage. If strength falls to 0, the character falls. Armor blocks strength damage but can be reduced by a break attack. By breaking armor, you open them up to take more damage in the future. The enemy only has 5 strength remaining, and a strength attack will kill him. Click the fist now. Punch him. Let's go. He's down. Each time you make a kill, your renown grows, which is used later to improve your characters. After taking an action, your turn ends. Next up, the enemy. Turn always alternate, even if you are outnumbered. Despite being at full strength, the chieftain will do little damage against your shieldbanger's armor. Now it's your warhawk's turn. He appears to be out of range of these enemies, but all characters can use willpower to boost their actions. By clicking the gold tiles, the character can move further than usual at the cost of 1 willpower per gold tile. Red pulsing tiles beneath your enemy show how close you have to get to be in range. Alright, let's move up here. Standard attacks only affect single enemies, but your warhawk has a special ability that gives him a unique advantage. Let's do that. Clicking your character's tile will bring up all of the combat options, including move ability, attack, and in turn, click the ability icon. The ability description appears in the tooltips below. The Warhawk's Tempest allows him to slam multiple enemies at once. Select the enemy and confirm your choice. You. It says that made quick work of the chieftain's bodyguard. When there is only 1 enemy left, players enter pillage mode. During pillage, each character moves in order. There are no more guaranteed turns. Check the initiatives to see how the order has changed. Your allies now get to move twice in a row. If a character does not move on his turn, he can regain his willpower. All right. Looks like the chieftain is in some trouble. Your shieldbanger won't be able to finish the job with a normal attack, but willpower can be used to boost your damage. Let's do that.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and var slaughter each other, even before the dreads arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more dreads to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. 12 families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade, quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his last. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head. I am in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight, and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal, I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
Only the sun has stopped. It says, if you are approached by a familiar man who walks in step with you as you're leaving the Great Hall, he cuts to the chase. Eric Studer of Strand, I manage the governor's business. Ubin is in it. I'm just here for the tithe. What do you want? The governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. The governor tells him. What do you have in mind? Scaffings that you didn't hack up in the Great Hall scattered after you took out their chieftain. The governor just wants to make sure they stay down. Was hoping you'd join me at the marketplace by the docks. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who you can tell. I know you who can tell us. Click the market tent to visit the merchant. Let me handle this. You meander through rows of open-faced houses and eroded stalls. Colored canvases flap on a briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. Had, I'm not in the mood today. For what? Talking to an idiot. The Scafling's chieftain bled out about an hour ago. So when you tell me what rat anus the rest of them crawl back into, nobody's going to try to kill you this time. They don't talk to me. I don't talk to, they don't talk to me. I don't have the patience for this. I'm going to say nothing. Eric overturns his flimsy table, scattering Had's assortment of junk across the ground. Eric laying it on a bit heavy, don't you think? Where are the Scaflings? Noblemen up by East Wall, but that was months ago, last I know. He skulks away with the wave of Eric's hand gathering things from his hovel, disappearing for a while until this blows over, you figure. Your bodyguard steps forward. Are we done here? Gunnulf, were you wearing green and black at the Great Hall? No. Just bought them while you were walking around. Why? You look like a frog. Now we gonna boost them up. Look. I'm glad you care. Gunnulf goes off to look at more stalls. That man of yours seemed unreliable at best. A blind dog wouldn't trust Had, but he used to be Scafling. If they're licking their wounds, they've probably gone to old haunts, not new ones. Nobleman is a mead hall. Best I could tell, the name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put a few of these skulls in the ground. I'm going to find them. I'll meet you there. Listen, okay. Shouldn't we have an approach of some sort? What a luxury. Come on. You've already mopped up worse today. Just make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual tithe. I'll remind him. Now, what are we supposed to do? Is there like a nest? Oh, here we go. We just march through the neighborhood. You arrive in front of what must be noblemen. A few minutes later, Eric appears with a weather-beaten man introduced as Valgard. I'll point them out, Eric says over his shoulder. Ready? You're walking through the front door. Let's get this over with. That's the spirit. Okay, here we go. Valgard boots the front door open so hard it won't close again without repair. As you enter the hall, Eric is already at the head of the table, his axe drawn, wide-eyed, drunken Scaflings scramble to find their own weapons, turning tables and mead steins in the process. Let's see if we can remember how to fight. I don't think that's a good idea, brother. Dang. I think we just found Ragnar. Now come up here if you want to. Yeah, I'm about to go ahead and hit this man with an elk bong. He got his new outfit on too. Hell yeah. Get you a little backstab in, bro. Oh, you freaking punk. Whose turn? Oh, it's your turn? Yeah, let's get him out of there. Yeah, Warhawk. Yo, man. He started slicing my guy up. Let's get right here. Good job. Yo, they trying to run my man. Hopefully he doesn't get killed. All right, let's move you there. Oh, shoot. What is this? No. Just gonna poke him again. Till Warhawk shows up. He's coming to cut everybody down in his new outfit. Bro, do it. Bro, then just chop. I don't care what you do. Hold on. Why is he not hitting him? It's Warhawk for you, baby. Yeah, let's get him out of there. Man, got it says there they are. Gods be damned. I've got to go wash off this blood. Eric is looking out the hall's window onto the bay. A fleet of longships approach with sails, bold reds and blues. One banner I know well, Wagner. Next for Varl kingship, like we spoke, the other flag looks important. Yeah, important guess. See what I deal with all day long. Ah, things make a little more sense. You hoped I'd have a stake in saying everything's fine here when the royal guest arrived. Not me, the governor. Now I have to make sure there are no rotting bodies or pools of entrails still in the Great Hall before they come by. Can I ask for one more favor? What is it? If you happen to stall our guest down on the docks, I wouldn't object. Maybe I will. Eric and Valgard hustled from the mead house. To his credit, Eric tosses the barkeep a spar of silver for the mess. You give an apologetic shrug and go to greet the new arrivals down at the docks. All right, I guess we got some people showing up. Wagner. Familiar Var steps into the docks. In your mind, you recall a much younger version tramping the halls of Grofheim, abundant in purpose. Gods, you're looking ancient. Comes with being old, and if there is a Wagner, there must be a Hakon. Must there. Still bleeding tributes from the poor and stupid, old ox. At what age do you lose a sense of shame? Jordir demands it. Jordir, or I don't know how to say that. I'll take that over lingering to death in Grofheim. Speaking of, I had no sense that you were so far from home. Somebody let me know how you say this. Is it you're under? Just returned from Arborang and glad for it. Gone motions to the other ships in the bay, sails still fluttering. Golden wolf head embezzled on red, the king of men, or some on his behalf. The king's view, well, king's son Ludin. Don't you know? We visit his capital, he visits ours. It's how you make alliances these days. Scrivener. It's a miserable waste of time. Yes, Akon has it. I'd almost forgotten. It's a good thing you're around. Then you're going to Grofheim. I have the distinct feeling I've finished my business in Strand and was heading there myself. We should caravan. We should give it a day. In better circumstances, I drink a week away, but let's just be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates. What he's trying to say is the prince's delight to behold. Where is Moger? Have him find a place to put up the warriors. I'm heading to meet the governor. A host of giants depart in his wake. You recognize a few others are strangers to you. Guess I'm off to find Moger. See you in the morning. I'll be along. The young prince of men ambles from his ship. He brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Ludin looks for all the world the sort of a boy who grew up pulling the legs from spiders. The long road back should be more interesting than most years, you think. Weariness suddenly settles in, and you chuckle to yourself about what an odd day it has been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. On the other hand, if you're going to join Wagner's caravan tomorrow, it might not hurt to share a drink with Hakon and introduce yourself to the prince they spoke so highly of. Click a talk icon to converse with one of your heroes. Let's talk to the homie. Is this the right place? You found the prince at an inn, guards blank his building, including a sharp-eyed Varl, who must be working for Ludin. A woman in red eventually waves you over and stands nearby, arm crossed. Greetings. You're a Wagner. I don't remember you. Not exactly. I know him a long time. I'll be joining you back to Grofheim with my guards. He looks up for the first time. The woman doesn't react. Why? I work for the king carrying types to the capital. We crossed by chance. Oh, a tax collector. Fine company. What do you want? Just to introduce myself. You collect taxes for the rural territories, a true pleasure. Yes. An awkwardness hangs in the air like a thick fog. You take the opportunity to depart. Let's get this one out the way. See what he talking about. Scrivener. You find Hakon in a mead house surrounded by other Varl. Strand is no stranger to Varl, but rarely sees this many. He waves you over. Went straight for a flagon. Wagner's the one who agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's hall anyway. You already missed the massacre. Every year I make the rounds collecting taxes. Every year in the human settlements, they give me trouble. No surprise, what's this time? When I got here, the Great Hall was already full of bodies. We added a few more. Humans, I guess. If I only lived as long as a yak's fart, I might be desperate to make something of myself too. It's not too late to start trying. He let slip a low chuckle. Any Varl could recount his deeds, known as he is for cutting a swath through dredge at Wagner's side in the Second War and regularly since then. Down here, I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might have a point, just another reason to get back. Soon enough. You drink until the mead house becomes overbearing, then step back into the cool air outside. At dawn, you're awoken by a delivery of goods. At least you think it's dawn. Damn hard to tell with the sun that never moves. The governor's crest adorns the supply leathers. All there just as promised to your mind's surprise. You wonder if Eric had anything to do with that. Your guards take the treasure wagon down to the gates. Wagner is already there. A while later, Ludin and his men appear groggy and disheveled. Mager steps forward, Wagner's quartermaster. If you recall correctly, in charge of his unwieldy entourage of warriors. You know him only in passing. He asks if you're ready to depart. Yep. You follow Mager and join the others. Usually the smaller doors set into the grates would be enough to enter or leave the city, but the town guards have been told to push them open entirely. They mutter things under their breath that are not best heard. Perhaps the governor expected you to draw a crowd, but there's nothing of sort, just frustrated, tired people. It summarizes the Strand well as a whole, you think. That's where we just left. I don't know why we lost morale. Just moving to where we're supposed to go. The caravan stops for the day. A gift, says Mulger, cracking open mead cask. From our gracious friend, the governor of Strand, hours pass with raucous laughter as the meat is passed throughout the camp. We about to toast. You raise your drink, toasting the alliance between man and Varl. The others join in. Ludin's expression is like a stone wall, but the others laugh at your exaggerations. Eventually, you sit down beside Wagner. Let's go easy on the drink, because I don't trust nobody. You go easy. You've nothing against a good drink, but if anyone is going to keep an eye on things, it may as well be you. The revelers eventually fall asleep without incident. You rise groggily to campsite, a casualty of merriment. Mager's already kicking warriors awake when you spot Ludin stalking your direction. He sidesteps sleeping bodies. Better wake up. You nudge Wagner. You're needed. It's Ludin. Always a pleasure. You look well rested. He released the cage yawn and received a hard-eyed stare in return. How long to Grofheim? We're only 2 days out of Strand, you know. Come on, I'll show you on the map. This is the map of the world. You can explore it by dragging the mouse. Alright, cool. The location of your caravan is indicated by Ubin's icon. The world map is covered with many locations and holds much lore You can explore the map at any time by clicking on location for more information. The Wandering Road, got you. When you're finished researching the world map, click this button. We head north, then east past the forts. Groheim's far from Strand, going to be a long march. You should have drank last night. Why not take the ships to Skymere instead? What's the point of marching? The Silverstone Bay is called that for a reason. It stays covered in ice all year. It would tear up long ships. Too bad though. We could have shown you all the wonders of the Skymere instead. I have sunken city crawling with dredge prints, dredge and glaciers. You like glaciers? He exhales through the nose of poor disguise for his contempt. He turns and bats aside the tent flaps as he goes barking at his company in the distance. Don't poke Dan Hill. He seems no happier to be here than you. Spend a few more days with the boy, old friend. You'll be looking for a tall cliff to hop off to. He's got a shorter wick to hook on. Thanks. Let's get moving another half day to Verdfell if we're lucky. Okay, it looks like this is where we're going to go ahead and stop since we're still at camp. We pretty much just went through a tutorial. But if you guys would like to see me continue playing this series on the channel, then go ahead and leave me a like. Drop a couple comments. Subscribe if you'd like to join the team. I do appreciate you guys coming and checking out the video. And I'll catch you on the next one.